It is delightful to be sitting here having a martini with you, Nick Mitchell. What would you like to talk about this evening?
Life, the universe,
before
everything.
I start rambling.
I did see some theater.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Usually why I come here.
Yeah.
I was at Carnegie Mellon University, and I saw a brand new adaptation of The Three Musketeers.
Oh, yeah, it's a story that's been around for a while.
Alexander Dumas is classic.
Yeah, could use a little dusting off, maybe.
It always could. I mean, but a little swashbuckling never hurt anyone.
So please tell me there was a sword fight in this.
There was a plethora of sword fights.
Because you can't put this show on stage and not, you know.
Sword fights galore.
There we go. All right, I'm happy. How are you feeling?
I enjoyed an afternoon of theater. I enjoyed an afternoon of theater. I think that one of the pitfalls you can fall into when you see a whole lot of shows is you start to have expectations of certain institutions and certain things, and you think things before you walk in. But with a brand new adaptation of a piece as timeless as Alexander Dumas' classic, risks were taken.
Yeah.
Risks were taken in the staging of this. They said it and they explain it as in a 18th century where women, or not an 18th century, forgive me for that. It was a, all right, well, we'll fix that in post. I believe the 16th century.
Okay, well, what
in
was
a century, in a time where women had the same rights as men. And as such, there was a both gender blind and colorblind casting, which I very much liked. We had some female musketeers running around who were just as strong and not just garnishing the set. There were a lot of strong female characters in the show. D'Artagnan was African-American. The Queen was African-American. It was a world in which everyone was who they were and no labels were assigned.
Cool.
The good guys were the good guys, the bad guys were the bad guys, and the red herrings were, well, they were red.
No. Were there really?
Well, there was a red dress.
Okay.
There was a woman in a red dress. So she was technically the red herring.
Drunkard #1, I think, is a role I may be typecast.
I'm working on it. I am indeed.
I see that. All right. Well, what rounded this out for you?
It was clearly a learning experience for the cast to work with a new adaptation.
Yeah.
They were directed to perform there was no accents except for the British, so we didn't have to hear a lot of people walking around like Pepe Le Pew.
Well, wait a minute.
Which I appreciated.
Aren't the Musketeers...
It is set in France.
Are they French?
They are indeed French.
Right.
But
that
19 people running around stage, even with the best dialogue.
What's wrong with that? Go on.
I don't want to see 17 Lumieres with swords. And as such, everyone had multiple roles. They had a chance to shine. A few things I would have wished for. There was a plethora of sword fighting, and so much so that at times it seemed like they could have used a little more rehearsal on it. There was some tentativeness. The sounds were there, but the moves were, at times, there was a lot.
It's becoming a lost art.
It's tough. It's tough. I remember years ago, I attempted to choreograph some fights, and while I thought they were good, looking at them on video.
I thought you were going to say years ago I had to defend someone's honor and take to my sword.
I threw down a gauntlet, and we fought to first blood, and it didn't take long.
Yeah.
I got a nosebleed, just really from being scared of fighting.
Learning all about you here.
That's not a true story.
Back to the show.
I made that up for banter.
Three Musketeers at Carnegie Mellon University through April 29th. We can see that at the Purnell Center for the Arts. A lot of swashbuckling and
the story is timeless.
Yeah.
It really is. They go in depth in the program about all the different adaptations over the years. John Wayne did it in the West twice.
I know I've heard this story. I know I'm familiar with Three Musketeers, but what is actually the story? They just kind of fight the cardinal who's evil, right?
The cardinal is nefarious. He has two agendas, one to be the king's right-hand man, and the second to pretty much take over the kingdom and make the king and queen look bad.
And they stop him.
They do. They do. They are the secret police of the time, but on the right side of the law.
Maybe I could do with seeing this, because I guess I'm a little rusty as far as how it all goes. But no, I remember the cardinal was the bad guy, and then there's the three guys with the swords, and it's a
fourth one who's young, who's trying to make D'Artagnan, who's trying to make his place in the.
I thought he was one of the three.
No, he works his way up through the ranks.
So then, what's it after this? They're the four.
There's several musketeers after this.
Okay.
It becomes the Count of Monte Cristo. Oddly, all 4 Musketeers are in Dumas's story, The Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I'm putting it all together now.
So
Three Musketeers. Incidentally, my favorite candy bar.
See, I'm not a big fan of New Guy.
I just made that up for banter.
Wow.
That, yeah.
We are left and right.
I don't eat candy anymore if I want to fit into this tuxedo from day to day. Had you fooled. Once again, Three Musketeers, a new adaptation at the Chosky Theater, through April 29th.
Indeed.
Indeed.
You've got some time to get there and see some swashbuckling.
And get there we shall. Thank you, Nick.
Thank you.